Mothers are using their voices to tell their son's story. It's all part of the Black Bear Project, and joining us now is the woman behind the initiative, Dr. Deshel Mohammed. Thank you so much for being with us. Of course, you're joining us from the People Community Services, My People Community Services. Thanks for being with us. First time on the program. Glad to have you here.
Yes, thank you.
So we're going to talk about that, and we're also specifically talking about the Black Bear Project.
Yes.
How did that come together?
So our organization over the last few years has really been dedicated to creating safe spaces for men and boys and really talking about their physical, mental, emotional, and social well-being. And, our executive director has been passionate about creating these safe and sacred spaces for these men and boys to have these conversations. And so we wanted to be able to just add the mother's perspective to the conversation without disrupting the safe spaces that have been created for them.
And that's where the Black Bears come in.
That's where the Black Bears come in.
What do moms out there need to know and keep in mind?
Well, I think when we think about the state of our Black and brown boys, mothers, because they're at the forefront of, raising the children, and this is no knock to fathers, but mothers are really kind of carrying the brunt of the work, right? And so
generally they are more active, they're more in the thick of it.
Yes, they are. And so when we think about how the community sees our Black and brown boys as threats, it really kind of impacts the overall mental, emotional, social well-being of mothers. And so we wanted to be able to give them an opportunity to talk about how it is raising, a son's really.
And so that comes in the form of support, community.
Yeah, so what we found is that, there's a need for community support. And there's this single story about Black and brown boys. And, the women that participated, first of all, we had over 30 women participate in this project with their sons. And so there's a diversity of, stories about Black and brown boys. And so what we found is that in some communities, there are not enough supports for them. And so they're asking for additional supports. And then we have mothers who have created things on their own because they're saying, my community doesn't have this, so let me bring this to my community. So
that's essentially what you've done.
Yeah.
On many levels.
Yes.
With My People Community Services.
Yes.
The Black Bear Project is just one of many projects happening.
Yes. So we are really passionate about working with the community, really giving the community what they need. We are, focused on support, not system. So we don't want individuals in our communities to have to be involved in a system in order to get support. And so this is why we're doing the Black Bear Project. It's a fundraiser as well to help raise money to be able to offer services and supports to our community without them having to be diagnosed with something or be involved in a system.
So you're a mama bear. You're doing something special for your son's birthday, right?
Yeah, well, my son is 17. He's going to be transitioning soon, senior in high school. And so I really wanted to, make sure that he knows that he's supported, but also, really kind of highlight the, how he has to navigate in this world, things that he has to be aware of, and, really encourage him to be free and live his life. And I wanted to be able to give other mothers voices to do that too.
And his birthday's coming up on Saturday, right?
Well, on Saturday is National Sons Day, so that's why we wanted to be dedicated to having this project on his day. And so, our photographer, Rena Star Photography, took all these pictures. We're going to reveal 100 photos. Any Video has helped us to put together this mini documentary. So, all of this is like, my son is at the forefront of the conversation, but it really is to give an opportunity to other mothers as well.
And then to support that, for more information, where should people go?
So to support this and for more information, they can go to our website, which is My People Community Services, mypeoplecommunityservices.org. And they can search for the Black Bear Project and they'll get more information for the free event, actually.
Wonderful. Oh, that's great to know.
Yes.
Dr. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you.
I appreciate you being here.
I appreciate you for having me.